Welcome back to Wayne's Real Music World, folks. Since we're on Mastodon, let's talk about their masterpiece, the number four greatest album of all time, The Hunter. This album, you know, I felt music was in a really bad spot at this point in time. To just, I hadn't discovered the greatest album of all time yet, which that's coming up shortly at number one, of course. Um, so as far as I was concerned, music was toast. It was just there was no hope. Then this bad boy came out. Now, okay, well I shouldn't say that because Blood Mountain is a freaking awesome. But Crack the Sky was horrible. Couldn't listen. Just atrocious album. So I was depressed, thinking, "Damn, music's just dead. There isn't anything to listen to anymore." Um, I also hadn't found doom metal or whatever, like bands like ISIL, which have a couple of great albums. So there's quite a few things I hadn't come across yet because none of it's allowed on the radio. The radio only plays talentless, useless trash for whatever the reason is. They never played anything that was awesome and real and badass. Just you always have to find it yourself. But this album came out. I don't remember how I got the notification. I ordered everything: vinyl, CDs, shirts, everything signed, and because I knew this was going to be the last good anything they ever did, I was right too. I was definitely right. But this is just such a masterpiece of an album. I knew that you could only go down from here, which isn't a bad thing. They've got so many good songs randomly off of all their other albums. Blood Mountain is a full album. That's their only other like full album, where all the other ones is like maybe one or two songs. But this one right here totally just bashed the door down and said, "Here's the number four greatest album of all time." It sounds beyond amazing. It's like totally next level stuff. Uh, just absolutely fucking love this album, and and because Ben Eller as well, which is weird, man, because this album was coming up on my list. I hadn't gotten to it because I've been so busy, but now I can, and then now I have now I can add Uncle Ben onto it. Well, I've only really been following for 3 weeks. That's when I started researching, learning how to play guitar and stuff like that. So I was like, well, I should try to learn something before I get too old. What I've always wanted to do, but life got in the way at certain points, was play guitar. I'm retired from car audio now, so I have all the time in the world now. Well, other than the fact that I run a cannabis greenhouse and stuff like that, but those once you get them set up and everything's planted, they pretty much run themselves for the next like 3 month, 3.5 months, 100 and some odd days to grow all that out. We just got all the other stuff cured up and ready to go. So now I can do this, and it just songs that Curl of Burl, it's okay. But this album, it's Black Tongue, Stargasm, all the heavy lifting, The Hunter, Thickening. Those are the songs on here that are just. Then you have other ones like Spectralite's okay, uh, and stuff like that. So I think Octopus Has No Friends is pretty decent. So you have this is just a full album, but the premier songs are Thickening, The Hunter, All the Heavy Lifting, Stargasm, Black Tongue. Those are the songs on this that are the best ones and stand out the most. And they're just tits, man. This album is so amazing. And deserve. It's going to be like Hall of Fame at some point. I mean, this album just smashes, and it's unfortunate that everything afterwards isn't any good. But they've got so much leading up to this album that it just doesn't matter. They could have stopped making music right after this and still be the number two band of all time, right behind Nevermore, which is Nevermore is obviously number one. Anyone that doesn't think that, you need your head examined. But anyways, this is exactly where you want to be with music. They have like probably the most unique guitar sound in history of music. It's just so wacky and strange. It isn't like really hard to do, but the thing is whatever shapes you're using with your left hand only apply to Mastodon. So you're not going to go play Slayer or Metallica or anything like that if you learn how to play Mastodon. Those shapes aren't going to translate over. It's just is Mastodon shapes. It's Mastodon. So that's the best way to look at that as far as playing their stuff. So if you're going to take the time to learn and all that stuff about playing Mastodon, just be aware of that. Um, that it's not going to really translate over unless you're just learning to play guitar. Then of course you learn the fretboard and you learn all that kind of stuff. So in that sense, yeah, it'll translate as far as learning guitar. But this is the best they ever did. um, it was all downhill, unfortunately, from here, which is it is what it is, but it doesn't matter. Their catalog and of everything, it's just they're Hall of Fame. They're the best. These guys are amazing. So definitely check this album out if you haven't already. It's can't say much more about it. It's a freaking masterpiece, guys. Check it out. See you later.